Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel Saint Nightingale. If you're new here, do not forget to subscribe. Also click on the notification bell to get notified about new videos. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this mini skirt. Let's go. So first of all, I already cut the pattern on this white paper, pattern paper that you can see. SP is the starting point for the skirt. That's the hip line and that's the skirt length. I'm going to be placing this on the fabric now so you can see how I transposed the measurement to paper. I'm also stretching this out so you can see that I'm working with a stretchy fabric. It's a 4 stretchy fabric, so there will definitely be some alterations in the measurement that I'm using. So let's fold this now. So now that I've folded this, I'm going to be placing the pattern paper on the fabric like you see in the video. I have secured that part to just make sure that the pattern paper sits properly on the fabric. The waist of this person is 31.5, but then I'm going to be working with 30 because of the stretchiness of the fabric. Also, the hip measurement is 41 inches. I'm going to be working with 40 to be able to so that this is perfect and perfectly fitted on the person's body. So I'll just be adding 1 inch to 40 to give me 41 inches, right, as my hip measurement. Same as the skirt, the area where you have the skirt length, the circumference, the roundness of that part as well, it's going to maintain the same measurement for the hip line. I'm going to be using the same. The skirt length that I'm working with is 16 inches, right? That 16 inches already accommodates the sewing allowance, half inch sewing allowance at the waistline and half inch sewing allowance at the tip of the skirt. So it will bring me back to 15 inches as the skirt length. Now that I have explained this, I'm going to move to cutting the fabric, but then let me just adjust the camera so you can see the length. So that's 16 right there. By the time I take out half an inch at the tip and half an inch at the waistline, I'll be back to 15 inches, which is the skirt length that I'm working with. So proceed to cutting this. Now that I've cut this, I'll just secure with pins before I place on the lining. I'm also measuring to be sure that my measurements are accurate. Seeing as this is a stretchy fabric, you have to be very careful so it doesn't jump up and becomes shorter. So now let's proceed to cutting the back side of this skirt. Remember that the front side and the back side, the measurements are not equal because of the bum, the way the bum pushes up the skirt at the back. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch at the tip of the skirt, as you can see my hand moving, so that this accommodates for the bum length. Also, another way to measure this is when your customer or client comes in for fitting, you measure from the waist side across downwards to get the exact bum length. So that's me marking with the chalk and tracing that with the curve ruler. Once this is done, we'll just go ahead to cut. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to place this on the lining. The lining I'm using is the sheer net, right? I decided to use this because it's breathable. The fabric is already very thick, so that the person who's wearing this doesn't sweat, and also because of the stretchiness of the net as well. You can decide to use lycra. Lycra is a bit thicker and it's not as breathable as this. I mean, it's not airy compared to the net that I've decided to use for this. I decided to also mix these two colors to give me the shade that is kind of closer to the skirt color, just for color blocking, for the sake of color blocking, right? So I have first of all cut the back, right? And remember that the back is longer from the center points. So I'm going to now use the pattern paper to trace the exact length of the skirt, the front part of the skirt, on the lining that I'm using. I first of all cut the back one, so I'm going to be using the pattern paper now to trace out the excess, the 1 inch on that part of the skirt. So let's just trace this out quickly. So now that this is done, I will now spread on the fabric and then pin down again. So I'm going to be securing this with a pin so that it doesn't shift. Seeing as I'm working with a stretchy fabric, I have to be as careful as possible so that the measurements are accurate. I'm going to do this for the front part and the back side of the skirt. I'm just going to trim out the excess net fabric. Now that this is done, let's proceed to the machine to sew this. So I'm going to be sewing the up and the bottom parts first before I sew the sides. Just come with me. So I picked the back side of the skirt, and I'm also closing up the upper part of the waistline. Then I've taken the front part of the skirt as well to close the bottom part of the skirt. I'll do the same as well for the back side of the skirt, close the tip. So this is the back side that I'm also trying to close now, and that's the tip of the skirt for the back side. Now that this is done, I'm going to open this up and then go and iron out on the ironing table. Seeing as I'm working with the net fabric as a lining, I'm going to be as careful as possible. I mean, reduce the heat, turn down the heat on the iron so that it doesn't burn. Now that this is ironed, I'm trying to get the sewing allowance, making the calculations for the waist, hip, and the tip of the skirt. I've done this now. I'm going to go to the machine and close the sides. So at the end of the day, I got 1.5 sewing allowance on each side of the skirt, and that's what I'm trying to do now, to close the sides of the skirt. After closing the sides of the skirt, I will go to the weaving machine to weave the sides. So our skirt is done now. I will flip over so you can see what this beauty looks like. So this is done now. Let's go to the weaving machine to weave. So I'm going to flip this open now and weave on each part of the skirt. I'm not closing it up together. I'm opening it up to weave. The reason I'm doing this is so that there's no bulge on the side and it just sits through. Also because for persons who later on want to increase the size of the skirt because they've added weight, this is a more safer method to weave the skirt. So the weaving is done now. I'm back on the ironing table to iron out and open up the sides. I'm using paper to secure the net side so that it doesn't burn. This is a technique I decided to deploy so that I don't burn the net fabric. So our skirt is done now. I'm going to place this on the mannequin for you to see. And voila, this is our skirt. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed creating the video. If you have any questions for me, you can drop them down below in the comment section and I will respond to it. I want to ask a question. Are you following or have you joined our WhatsApp channel? If you haven't, please click on the link in the comment section that I'll be dropping, and then it will take you right into the WhatsApp channel. The WhatsApp channel is available for us to take questions and do the snail class, like I call it, St. Nightingale extra lessons. Till I come away again, take care and keep creating magic. Bye bye.